Hello YouTube, this is a coffee review of Dark and Handsome Extra Bold Dark Roast. Cleverly packaged, I believe. Coming out of the great state of New Jersey. According to the box, it's a Keurig compatible 2.0 single serving containers. Self-patting on the back about how great they are. Dark and Handsome, here it is. Bold yet mild, full-bodied and mellowed. Not for the weak, not for the strong. If we gave this flavor profile to an online matchmaker, we'd score a lot of coffee dates. That's cute. Yeah, this guy was actually up in competition with a tobacco review I was thinking about doing today. But after I got done talking to some online friends, Burks and Jess, you can find them on Twitch. Cute as can be little couple coming out of California. And they suggested that I give the coffee one review this time. And next week, or maybe a little later, do the tobacco. So thanks guys for your suggestion, and we'll give this a try. So like I said, Dark and Handsome. We have here, straight from the Keurig, in a decorated coffee cup. I tried finding the undecorated coffee cup, and it is still eluding me. So, please ignore the shamrocks. I am sure there are no actual shamrocks in the coffee, just on the cup. It has a red hue to it, believe it or not. And then just simply darkens all the way to the top. There is no head to it. Coffee, obviously, but I've had coffees in the past that have almost a tight lace to it, and you swear it was like a head, like on some beers that were dying out. Obviously, there is no tin note. But the mug note, on the other hand, has no brightness in it. Bit of a vegginess to it, veginal, nearing a chocolatey, which is to be expected. Usually the darker the roast, the flavor of being more in the chocolate range starts to come to life. But the fact that there is no brightness, that acidity taste coming in the nose, is surprising. Usually with the darker coffees, you get some level of. There it is. Not smacking in the face, but it's riding there right with the coffee flavor and the bitterness that's coming from such a dark roast. Now, the bitterness is not a bad thing, not by any stretch of the imagination. If anything, it's a nice characteristic of a dark roast coffee. But that brightness, that acidityness rides right in, right beside it. Many times I've had coffees where it would be, comes up front or comes in behind that coffee flavor. This is actually just right beside it. This has a nice, strong, good, heavy body to the taste, but not in the mouthfeel. It has a very light mouthfeel. But the brightness does fade. With the coffeeness, I guess that's a good thing, because it adds layers, in my opinion. Obviously, something sweet would go well with this, some sort of sweetener. But I'll give it another layer, a bit of an uppity to its weight. This is a very meaty type of coffee, which would go very well, say, in the darkest of winter. Want something in the morning before you start shoveling the snow. This would go very well with that, or any other kind of early morning need to rise up during the winter. Summertime, I believe this would be too oppressive. Way too much body, way too much weight to it. But, sadly, to counter this, I tend to add in a cocoa to mine. I do love a nice mocha. And because of the heaviness of the coffee and the lack of mufflers being used in the area, pardon, off in the country, as it were, where apparently mufflers do not roam free. But back to what I was talking about. A nice mocha is very well enjoyed. And this, the heaviness, the weightiness goes with a nice chocolate. So a bit of a sweetness to it. Add in, a spoonful of hot cocoa, and you got a beautiful mocha. A little bit of cream to help round out those edges. A very nice dessert coffee. Something to be enjoyed. Something to be enjoyed at night while the snow was flying. It's still too heavy, even with a nice mocha for summertime. It's just too much. So hardly any brightness to it. Makes that nice. It is not watery. A lot of coffees have this wonderful heaviness and it kind of drops through water. It doesn't do that. It stays on keel all the way through during the entire hang time. And that is greatly appreciated. Give it a try. See what you guys think. This is quite a nice, for me, a nice dark roast. But, hey, it may not float your boat. There you go. Try it, see what you think. Any comments about this particular product down below be warmly accepted. Or better yet, go out, buy it, try it. It's Dark and Handsome by the Java Factory. Extra bold, dark roast coffee. And go out, buy it, try it, do a review. Let the rest of us on the YouTube coffee community know your thoughts. And until next time, keep on drinking.